Hello and welcome back to the channel. It's been a while since I have uploaded anything, but I am excited for this series and I haven't uploaded the first 2 episodes yet, but I wanted to go ahead and release this since the episode just came out. Anyways, let's go ahead and get right into it. The episode picks up with Obi-Wan meditating and still trying to speak with Qui-Gon as Vader is being assembled into his suit. Obi-Wan is distracted by his fear and voices from the past and is likely why he still isn't able to connect. "He's coming for me, Master," he says to himself. We then get to see Mustafar, the place where Vader's castle is, which by the way, I will one day get my hands on the Lego version, but besides that, this is the place where Obi-Wan left Anakin for dead. It sits just above so he can look down and remember daily, keeping him enraged. We see Reva speaking with Vader on the hologram, and we find out that she's told everyone that Obi-Wan killed the Grand Inquisitor. Vader tells her that he does not matter. What matters is Obi-Wan. So if the Grand Inquisitor is still alive, Vader could be using Reva momentarily to get what he wants. He tells her that he's been watching her and knows what she wants, and if she is successful, she can be the leader of the Inquisitors. I still think he knows she is lying and using her for his own personal gain, but we still don't have answers as if the Grand Inquisitor is alive or not. I did like the moment when Leia asked Obi-Wan what the Force was like, and he described it as the feeling when you're afraid in the dark and you turn on the light. That safe feeling. I like that. And hey, he fixed Lola. They finally reach their destination of Mapuzo, a mining planet. Obi-Wan and Leia sneak off to the coordinates he was given, but is quick to say that Haja had lied to them. When Leia asks why he would lie to them, he snaps at her and tells her, because not everyone is good. This really shows how much fear and distrust he has now, and that he's relied on himself and his solitude, that he doesn't know how to trust anyone anymore. I did like the conversation about the Empire they had, where we can see that Leia is still young and really doesn't understand that the Empire is bad, and thinks that they are trying to help. At least he points out that people like her father, Bail, are trying to make a difference. Obi-Wan thinks he sees Anakin standing in the distance. I think he senses Vader or his fear of seeing him and grabs hold of Leia and tells her to stay close. On the planet Nur, we have our first live-action view of Fort Inquisitorius, which was shown in the Jedi Fallen Order game, where Jedi and Force-sensitive people were taken to be turned to the dark side or other unknown things. Reva tells the fifth brother that they need to send out the rest of the probe droids to the mining system, and then he stops her and uses the Force to pull her down towards the table. We see that they are fighting over who is going to take the Grand Inquisitor's place, but after she tells him she's already spoken to Vader, they go ahead on her orders. He does tell her that he will get what he deserves, and she will get what she deserves. But when he leaves, she says to herself that she really hopes so, making me wonder what has driven her to feel this way. We will likely get some backstory on her later in the season. Obi-Wan and Leia come across a mole miner who's driving named Freck, and after Leia is quick to come up with a cover, they get in the back to go to the nearest port. We saw how Obi-Wan was skeptical, and then when he saw the Empire sign on the back, that didn't make him feel any better. I did like the scene when the stormtroopers were picked up. They mentioned that the transport was late again, and after finding out that this place is where Jedi and others have found passage, that could be possibly why, as it is used to pick them up and transport them to the next area. It was a good scene and continued to show how rusty Obi-Wan was when he slips and calls Leia by her cover name, Luma. Also, he mentioned to Leia that he briefly remembers having a brother, as he's trying to comfort her after she's wondering what her father was like. When they reach a checkpoint, Freck tells them that it's okay, he knows them, but actually he was delivering them for inspection. When the trooper calls for a probe droid, Obi-Wan shoots it in the eye and a fight breaks out. It was pretty awesome to see the stormtroopers sliced in half from the gate. Just when they think they are safe, another transport shows up and are ordered onto the ground. The Imperial officer, whom we find out later is Tala, shoots the stormtroopers and takes them to the safe spot. She told them that the coordinates were good, but they had already left. When the Inquisitors are informed about Obi-Wan, Reva goes to inform Vader when the fifth brother tells her he already has been informed, and he was pleased, still fighting to keep his spot in line as Grand Inquisitor. We then see Tala take Obi-Wan and Leia to a droid maintenance room, where they meet Ned B, a loader droid. Tala tells Leia that they cannot speak, but actions speak louder than words, and that he was on their side. They go into this secret room, a safe house called the Path, where they show writing on the wall where Obi-Wan sees Quinlan Vos is writing. So Quinlan is alive still, and was strong in the Force, and has the same ability as Cal Kestis, where he can touch things and see memories of objects called psychometry or sense echo. The episode really picks up when they are about to leave, as Tala tells them someone must have seen them, and Obi-Wan stops as he feels Vader's presence as he goes to look at the shutters and sees him. He sees how ruthless Vader is as he force chokes people and even snaps this young boy's neck. I think he was trying to see if he could draw out Obi-Wan's fear to reveal where he was hiding. Obi-Wan tells Tala to take Leia to Andor to promise him as he tries to lure Vader away, and when he first sees him, Vader draws out his lightsaber as Obi-Wan turns and runs. He can hear Vader speaking to him as he ignites his blue lightsaber, searching for him, as we then see Vader come into the frame from the dark. I liked when he asked him, "What has he become?" Vader tells him, "What you made me." Obi-Wan decides to run again, but later Vader sneaks up on him, this time attacking him, and we have a lightsaber duel where we can clearly see Obi-Wan is out of practice and is clearly afraid of Vader. He tells him that he should have killed him when he had the chance. While this is going on, we see Reva discovers the safe spot that they were just in, and she sees the Jedi symbol on the wall and shows her anger after reaching out to touch it. Leia tells Tala she needs to go back for Ben, and that she could make it the rest of the way on her own, as they go their separate ways through the tunnel. We then see Vader is force choking Obi-Wan as he uses his lightsaber to ignite the ground covered in flammable material and drags him into it. He doesn't want to kill him just yet. He wants him to suffer immensely before he kills him. Luckily, Tala had made it back, and she is there to shoot and cause an explosion, which allowed Ned B to retrieve Obi-Wan and get him to safety. She says to ready a transport that we need to get him to Jabin, so we will likely see that planet in the next episode, and at the end of the episode we see Leia comes face to face with Reva, and after she sees that Reva had killed the person she was there to meet, she turns around and runs. And that was the end of the episode, and this one I really liked with some of the Easter eggs and callbacks from the other movies. I will try to upload a separate video of that this week with all those as well. But as for this series, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Subscribe if you are new, share it out as it really does help me, and most importantly, may the Force be with you all.